It's a good day today. Shut your mouth lounge 317? Yeah. You having a good time, man?
I guess.
I cleaned up the cat poop. And now the cat poop is cleaned up. So it's all good. So, Atty,
Yes.
do you have a YouTube channel?
Sometimes.
Oh.
Specifically.
Which times?
Specifically on Monday. I think it's 10:30 a.m. Eastern. I forget time zones.
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts will continue for the foreseeable future. Look forward to more Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Then, the big one. The review for Kingdom Hearts. It's done. I finished editing it yesterday, and then I spent the next 5+ hours rendering it, and it didn't fucking work.
Oh, good lord.
So here's the thing. I
have to put on a special reaction to pretend that you aren't just talking to me yesterday about the rendering issues.
Yeah.
For YouTube content.
So, I mean, I didn't tell you the entire extent of it.
There's more?
Yes, there is more. So, I went, hey, I don't have a lot of free time because I'm going to university. But I want to make, good quality videos. So I'm going to put in more effort. And then people will go, hey, videos don't appear for like half a year, but at least when they do, it's good.
Yeah.
So, I recorded all of Kingdom Hearts 1, which you're aware of. That is also the series that's going on in on the second channel.
Yes.
And I made cutaways for everything. There is... I can open it up on the laptop. I'm gonna check how many hours that is. I know that the last session alone is 7. And there were 7 sessions. Which is truly a thing for Nomura. It's gonna be 13 hours, and then I'm gonna shit. Because those are the 2 numbers in Kingdom Hearts. Oh, it doesn't... I need to actually, like, press the button for it to tell me. It doesn't just tell me in the thing. Oh, you're just not going to tell me the length.
It's having a good day today.
I would have to do math. Fuck it. I'm not doing it. We'll pretend it's 13.
Draw the line.
We'll pretend it's 13 hours. Fuck it. What a joke.
Okay.
But yeah. So it's definitely more than 10 hours of footage. And that seemed fine to me because the way that I've been structuring the reviews, I try to shout out things and show the things on screen for the entire game, and I just put up spoiler warnings, which there's 2 in this review. But yes, I edited it all. There were split-second cutaways, which this will come into play shortly. But there were split-second cutaways to people like Ariel and Jack Skellington, and the way they appear in the game and shit like that. And I went, hey, that looks good. That actually looks like someone put fucking effort into it. And I was watching the video in Resolve, and it was playing fine. And then I went, well, okay, that's not completely true. There was a coin flip whenever I started up the playback that either it would play fine or it would crash Resolve. So,
oh, that's not great.
Yeah. So the editing took a couple of hours longer than it should have, just because I had to reboot Resolve every couple of hours. And yeah, but whatever. I went, fine, fuck it, it's a thing. We'll put up with it, at least for this video.
Yeah.
Alright, I go to render it. The video renders, it stops at 98%. I wait an hour. Nothing. The laptop locks up so much that I need to hard reset it.
Oh, fucking awesome.
Yes. So I said, all right, Premiere did this a couple times. Not to this extent, but Premiere did this a couple of times. I can put up with this. I go back. I restart the render. It stops at 60-some percent. 76 actually. 76% crash. This becomes consistent. And Resolve does this thing where it saves in fragmented MP4s, which would be fine, except for the part that they're not actually fragmented MP4s, they just appear to be. So they still take up, so they still, the thumbnail still shows up like they can be played. And the size is there for how long the video would be. But if you try to open it up, it doesn't fucking work. So... So I went, okay, there's this one part that has a lot of editing immediately, that I put in as a gag. I'm just gonna render that separately, and then I'm gonna put the rendered video back in, because then, it's not having to do all of the moving parts. Then it just needs to read the rendered, it just needs to read the rendered video like anything else. Okay, I changed that out. Fucking nothing. Still 76%. I go, okay. I wanna say I did this like 3 or 4 more times, and that's when I posted, fuck this, I'm going to sleep.
Huh?
I started rendering this video when it was 8 p.m. When I posted fuck this, I'm going to sleep, it was 3 a.m. I think.
Ooh.
So, I said that, but it wouldn't let me sleep. So I booted up YouTube, I searched, hey, I have this fucking issue, help. And there's a video of a guy explaining a workaround of basically making Resolve work like Premiere, with how it handles the files. And I'm like, oh, of course, I just need to sacrifice the blood of a virgin on a full moon, and it will render.
Yeah. You mean you didn't try that first?
I mean, I don't know why I didn't, honestly. But so I do that. I go I open up Resolve again, and I go, all right, this is the last chance. I'll give this a go, because who knows, maybe it'll actually work. So how you have to do that in Resolve? How the thing that you have to do is you have to make all of the video files into one file internally, and then tell Resolve to pre-render it. And then when you do the render, it shouldn't crash.
I see.
So I made all of the video files one file. I told Resolve to pre-render it, and to pre-render it, you have to watch through it. So I start watching, and Resolve crashes.
Oh,
so that's
awesome.
So that's when I went to sleep for real. And then when I woke up today, I'm gonna give this another go, and then if it still doesn't work, for one, I'm gonna cry, and then once I'm done crying, I'm gonna render out the audio if I can do that, and I'm gonna reinstall Premiere and just fucking do it there. So I start watching it again, because for whatever reason, it's not supposed to do this, but for whatever reason, whenever it crashed, it deleted the pre-rendered video that was already pre-rendered. Hey, Pink.
Hi.
You came in at the right time. I'm complaining about editing.
Oh, I believe it.
But yeah, I'll finish this up because we were near the end anyway. So, yes, it deleted all of the pre-rendered video, which was magnificent, because that meant that I had to watch, like, I don't know, 10 minutes of footage back again at half speed. But I went, whatever, fuck it. I'll boot up Kingdom Hearts while Kingdom Hearts renders. I'll just play Kingdom Hearts while it plays in the background, and hopefully it doesn't crashes. It crashed.
Sounds like a special kind of hell.
Yep, it crashed. And I went, God, So I open up Resolve again, but this time the pre-rendered video was not deleted. And I went, okay, maybe this time it will work. I will, do the pre-rendering dance again. It actually it actually finished this time. It didn't crash. And then I went, okay. Which, by the way, actually, I forgot to mention, between this and yesterday, I removed all of the cutaways. Not all of them, but 90% of the cutaways. To ensure it wouldn't fucking crash during while watching it. Because otherwise it would have. And just barely, it makes it through the video. I go, okay, is this the one? So I start rendering the video for real. And it's fine. And then it reaches 99%. And it hangs on 99% for half an hour.
Nice.
And then it's done.
Okay.
So the video is fine. Hopefully. But fucking hell.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I have learned to not try, more or less. But anyway, yes, the Kingdom Hearts review is coming March 28th. I will have it scheduled. I am still working on the subtitles because, of course, I'm working on the fucking subtitles. Why would I not? Who needs to not feel pain? Which, to be fair, like yeah.
Is anyone going to use the subtitles?
I don't know, but it's another thing to have. People look at it and go, "Hey, that's cool." But that, and also, like, honestly, like, I don't actually put that much effort into the subtitles. I have the script. I take the script, like, I take the script, just write in whatever parts I improvised, cut out the parts that I cut out, and then I just tell YouTube, make sense of this shit. And then it does.
Yeah.
And that's basically the state of subtitling of my videos, because, like, YouTube's subtitling is subpar, but it's serviceable. And, for the amount of work of watching the video once and just rewriting the couple of lines where I said something different, for that amount of work, whatever, fuck it. Good enough. Yeah. But yeah. So that, and yeah. There is a bit that I thought about posting as a teaser beforehand, but it's one of the gags in the video, and I'm not sure if it makes sense out of context. So I might send it to y'all to check.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it. That's my adventures in editing editing reviews this month.
Sounds like fun.
Yep. So that's all the stuff on my side. Pink?
Well, I have nothing on my side, so why are you even asking me?
Stupid.
You should know this. You should use your telepathic abilities to reach deep into the recesses of my subconscious mind to know everything and anything that I could possibly know.
And also his credit card number.
Yeah.
Even I don't know that.
That's true. Who does? I have to get it out every time I buy something online.
Right?
This whole telepathic bit reminded me of this song. I forget the name of it, but it's by Glass Animals. And one of the lyrics to the song is just, "I'm going to read your mind. Big dicks with big old titties on the side."
Incredible.
What?
Isn't it?
All right then.
Glass Animals is another one of those bands where they write two lines at a time. The lines don't make sense.
Why should they?
Peak avant-garde art.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
W, I guess, then.
Who's that guy? Oh, it's me. So, on my channel, anticipate a lot more Phasmophobia, as per usual. Other than that, it's difficult to say. I definitely intend to record more Total War Warhammer content. There is a big update coming this week that's going to add a bunch of the DLC that everybody got really butthurt about a couple months ago. Creative Assembly said, okay. Creative Assembly said, okay, we did this wrong. We misestimated. Well, what they said was, we did this wrong. This isn't enough content to justify the price point. We fucked up. I think that it's enough to justify the price point, but it's concentrated in areas where most players aren't going to actually use it is the issue. But I digress. Either which way, Creative Assembly is saying this DLC does not have enough content to justify the price point. So instead of releasing another DLC, we have instead focused the last couple months on adding more content to the last DLC to now justify the price point. So they've added like a metric shit ton of stuff. So I'll probably make a couple videos involving that this week because it comes out on Thursday. Though given the fact that it comes out so late in the week, maybe it bleeds over into next week. Who knows? Other than that, I can't really know what is going on. Mike's been pretty big on recording Killing Floor as of late, but me and him both have been pitching the idea of going back to Raft, so we may hit that. Who knows if maybe we'll get around to hitting Payday at some point. I don't know. It's really screwy. And then a couple weeks after that, it's going to be 2K24's release. So we're looking at some busy weeks ahead of us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, by the way, just want to go ahead and get this out to you two right now. The recording, this is irrelevant for the people listening at home. But I was thinking after the podcast gets done today, we should try share playing something or remote playing something.
Yeah,
to see if
probably
to see if it's just that it doesn't like when I try to go for 4 or 5 people, or if it's just remote play is no longer an option. In which case,
I mean, if
might not.
If it's not an option for you, Ping said that he wanted to try as well.
Yeah, I figured I'd give it an attempt. So when Alex tries his share play, I can try it afterward and see how that goes.
Yeah.
Of course, if it works perfectly for Alex, then I won't need to.
Yeah. Either way, I don't think there needs to be much pressure on you. You prefer to buy the games on console anyhow.
Indeed.
What was it? So yeah, there we go. That's my week. And on the group channel, I actually, for once, it slipped my mind to actually get this hooked up. So it's going to take me just a second longer to go ahead and switch on over.
Just before we started recording, I could have started uploading because I also edited 5 episodes of Armello, and I could have fucked with you by uploading those during the podcast, so you have to ignore them.
Okay, so on February 19th, tomorrow, Monday, it is Danganronpa Part 13. On February 22nd, Thursday, it is Blood and Bacon Part 8. I wonder what stupidity happens in that one. Oh my fucking God. On Friday, February 23rd, it's Brutal Paws of Fury.
I see.
The worst game we have ever recorded.
I feel like I missed out on something great.
No, you were there for Brutal Paws of Fury.
Yeah.
Was I?
Yes.
It's Kung Fu Rabbit fighting game that was really, really bad.
Paws. Or not paws, fucking balls. Fucking hell. Same game, honestly.
Yeah,
but
me and Addy have argued about this before. Which one is worse? On Saturday, February 24th, Phasmophobia Part 4. It's the President Gay episode.
Right.
And that is what is the week on the thing, Yeah.
Speaking of Phasmophobia, while editing Carmelo, I wanted to edit it together with, like, I wanted to get all of my raw footage out so I can delete them. So it turns out I have 9 hours of Phasmophobia unedited. Now here's the thing. Editing Carmelo was easy, more or less, because, you know, Carmelo is fine with the editing style of just leave whatever the fuck in and just call out menus and stuff like that. So whatever. Phasmophobia, if I tried doing that, do the maths, it would be like 30-some episodes.
Eh.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, you can't know until you try.
Do you want like less months Phasmophobia to be coming out in 2026?
So, if you open up the your video section or the YouTube studio section of my channel, they're going till June 26th, and I still have a few I haven't uploaded.
See, the thing is, for my thing, is that like Phasmophobia comes out weekly. Kingdom Hearts on my channel comes out weekly. Kingdom Hearts is, once again, like 7 sessions. One of them is very long, but whatever. Even then, that's like, I don't know, 10 to 15 hours of footage. That lasts until, I want to say, June of 2025. Like the latter half of it. So I know for a fact that if I actually do just put out all 30-some episodes of Phasmophobia, that is going to run until the middle of 2025 at least. And I don't know. Is that something we're interested in pursuing? So anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
The topic, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
The topic, which Pink actually missed out on us deciding on the topic. When a game gives you a character creation system, what do you tend towards? Do you like, just for example, just to get everybody's minds rolling, do you tend to just make yourself? Do you tend to make an OC, whether it's a funny OC or a serious OC? Do you tend to make, mutant freaks? Do you tend to make, like, real-life celebrities? What do you do?
I guess I'll start off. So what he's seeming to pick up.
Sure, yeah.
I thought Alex was gonna pass the baton at random. I didn't know.
Honestly, I was ready to pick up. I was just giving everybody time to see if anybody else was eager for it. So I think all three of us had answers. We were just like, well, better let the others go first.
Yeah. We're too courteous whenever we don't talk over each other.
Yeah. Well, Soon's not here, so.
I guess which one of us does want to go first then?
I'll go ahead and say, since I think I have the most boring answer, I tend to go for some mixture. It's really going to depend on the game. Because, like, for games that I'm not particularly happy that I'm playing the mode that I'm currently playing, I tend to make a freaky mutant as, like, a protest character. When I had to play through the My Rise in 2K23 to unlock Molly Holly and Ezekiel and whoever the hell else was unlockable in those modes.
Oh, God, I still haven't done that, and the next game's already almost out.
In hindsight, considering that the only real playtime I put into 2K23, in spite of the fact that 2K23 was a really fantastic game, the only real playtime I put into it outside of the My Rise and the Showcase unlockables was whatever I did with y'all. So pretty well a lot of exhibition matches where we beat up the referee and a lot of my GM.
Yeah, a lot of cash suplex specifically.
So in hindsight, yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake because I don't think anybody was particularly jumping for joy at having Molly Holly and Ezekiel for either of those modes. But yeah, that I made that. I forget what I made for a dude. I think I actually just went for the default for a dude because I had already played through the chicks my rise, so it's already mostly soul destroyed. But for the chick, I made a horrific mutant. But otherwise, it can differ somewhat. Fire Pro, it's funny to make ourselves, but of course, there's some videos where we just go with whatever. How many games did I just make Bison, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, soon convinced me to pick up Black Desert Online to play it with him because he thought I would do all the grinding for him, which is fucking funny. But nonetheless, for the one session we played it for an hour or two, because that game had, at the time, and still really one of the best character creation systems, I figured I'd try to test it out by making a real person. So I was like, it'd be really funny for this, fantastical video game world, the hero of time who will defeat all the monsters. I want to make Oprah Winfrey. It was a terrible Oprah. I mean, it was a fantastic character creation system, but it was about midway through where I realized I have no idea how to make Oprah. So it just kind of wound up being a person who would look like Oprah if you were 2 yards away and squinting.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, sometimes I'll challenge myself I'll make a real person just for a laugh. But the issue there often becomes turns out this isn't a limitation of the system. This is a limitation of the me. So, how about you guys?
Well, it is very rare that I make myself because, of course, not many games allow you to be Wolfman. But aside from that, I just have no reason to make myself because why the fuck would I? I can be anyone. I don't need to be me. The one time I've made a famous person was on accident. When I accidentally made Elijah Wood in Bloodborne.
Knuckles was not an accident. What are you talking about?
But it's I'm still surprised that by just randomly fucking around with the sliders, I accidentally made Elijah Wood. I guess the one other time that I made a famous person, I'm in the Neo 2 beta, the closed beta, I think. I made Oda Nobunaga because his parts were in the game, and he was already in the game in the first one, so I knew what he would look like. I just made him in Kabuki paint because fuck it. It was a low effort character. Well, otherwise I tend to go for OCs, not for any real reason other than just whatever. The one other game that I didn't make an OC is Street Fighter 6, because in Street Fighter 6 you can just play as Akuma. Why would I take the time to play something inferior?
It's one thing that you can make Akuma. It's the fact that Akuma is one of the presets.
Yeah.
And he's the only canon Street Fighter character who is a preset for some reason. I can't figure out why that is the case.
It's not Akuma. It's not Akuma. It's Little Kuma.
I mean, you're not wrong. It is Little Kuma, but it's absurd to be otherwise, I guess he's partly just there to demonstrate the how great the Street Fighter 6 character creation system is, that it can create such an identical Akuma that he looks honestly like the actual in-game model, though probably that we would expect him to look like when he's made as his own character. But still so strange. Why Akuma? Why couldn't we? Why wasn't there also presets for other freaks like Oro or Necro, who are even bigger freaks than Akuma, and thus demonstrate the character creation system better? Oh, I think my call dropped. Shit.
No.
Oh.
At least we can hear you.
Oh, weird.
But anyway,
I thought I heard you guys cut out. Anyways, whatever. Shut up. Okay, now speak up.
all right.
Hello there.
But I think that's my my part talked about. Like, yeah, I mostly make OCs because whatever. It honestly, like, the reason I think that I prefer making OCs to established characters is generally that it doesn't bind you to have like certain things a certain way. Like if I want to I don't know, if I make Elijah Wood, then I can give him, like, I don't know, I can give him the Road Warrior Hawk hair.
Yeah.
without it looking out of place. So,
are you sure about that?
Somewhat.
Well, you shouldn't be.
But yeah, so that's basically my thing of, like, if I make the character, then whatever I say goes. if the character already exists, then the character should be the way that they should be. Like, then it's not really my thing to say this character should look like this instead.
Yeah.
That being said, I got really bored with Akuma's gi, because the way that the way the player character gi looks like in Street Fighter 6 is boring and not good. So I just made him metrosexual. Fuck it.
Heh.
That and also they just don't have his hair, and it bothers me. So anyway, Pink.
All right, for me, and it really does depend on the game, similar to Alex, but for me, usually if there's a character creator inside the game, I will make some real genetic freaks just to test the upper limits of the character creation. I will always, and this used to be a thing in the old WWE games as well, but I will always, if they let you have separate limb adjustments, one limb's gonna be the spaghetti limb, the other's gonna be the big monstrous meatball limb, and yeah, things of that nature. I will almost always stretch things to the max to see how bad the clipping issues will be, or stretch things to the min. Well, I guess it wouldn't be stretching, it'd be shrinking. Shrinking things to the min to again see how the clipping issues occur.
Can you turn the skin green and give him a purple afro too?
Indeed. There's not a lot of games with the skin adjustments, so what a tragedy.
Unforgivable.
How are we supposed to create the creepy purple men from Venus? It's messed up.
How can the Bloodline feud with the Blue Man Group?
Exactly. I don't think I've ever.
Yeah.
Which blue man challenges Roman for the belt?
All of them.
That's, I'm gonna say, for once, that seems rather unfair to Roman.
They have a gauntlet match.
Oh, that would be something. And I can't say that I've ever actually gone out of my way to try to create like an actual person. It's usually the genetic freaks or just normal looking peoples. If it's got an ass slider, I'm sliding that to the max. Both genders, doesn't matter.
Yeah. I ain't no Hank Hills in this shit. I gotta say, I've never seen a game where the ass slider works in that way, where it's the Hank Hill where it turns into anti-ass. Like a concave ass.
Such a thing should not be possible.
I think that's what they tell Hank in the show. That poor man.
Life dealt him one hell of a hand.
You would have thought that they would have noticed before he turned like 40.
Yeah. Just to clarify, this isn't a bit. This is actually This is actually a thing in the show that Hank has a bizarre concave ass. And like it's a big anxiety thing for Hank, which admittedly everything's a big anxiety thing for Hank. That's a major part of the show, but still. Oh, good lord. So, let's see. Let's see something else that could tie into the character creation thing, just to extend this a little bit longer. Ooh, best character creation system.
I mean, we have to get the obvious out of the way. Street Fighter 6 is up there.
Like, Street Fighter 6 is up there.
Like
Dragon's Dogma is up there.
I will say for both, honestly. I will say the amount of the amount of power you have over the shape of the body is great. It is very good. Hair, please. I need more than 3 types of hair. Like,
yeah, that's a real problem.
People tend to have hair other than bald, shaved, or long.
Yeah. As hair goes and character creation systems, the best ever is WWE.
Yeah. Like for WWE is like, how do I put this? Like WWE is like on the lower end of the still complex, but sort of character creators. But like the parts that it misses out on everywhere else, it makes up in hair. I thought the point system wasn't there or necessary.
Which, yeah, of course, like it bears mentioning, everyone and their mother would mention that, yeah, WWE games are up there for the best character creation.
Yeah.
I think that depends on which one though, because like the newer ones tend to have...
I think you're wrong.
Well, obviously, old school SmackDown versus Raw, especially like old school just SmackDown character creation. Who boy, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even thinking that's far. I'm just thinking of like don't the newer ones have a problem with like body types and shit.
They do. That it sticks out definitely. You can make fat people, which is an advancement over the later end of last gen where you just couldn't make fat people.
Yeah.
But the downside is you can't really influence the shape of the fat person, which is not really a problem on the men's side because there's like 40 different body types you can pick. That just about covers everybody, really. But on the women's side, there's really only one fat body type, and it's really dumpy and kind of egg-shaped. Which, like, okay, that's fine for like ancient 50-year-old Aja Kong. But if you want any other fat woman from wrestling history...
But if you want any other Aja Kong... Then...
Yes, actually, yes. Yes, actually, yes. I have... Every year for the last 3 years, I have downloaded an Aja Kong CAW, and every time it bugs me, because it's an egg-shaped, like, fucking dumpy Aja Kong, where she has tiny little shoulders and, like, big old hips, and it frustrates me because it's like, okay, that's what Aja looks like now, but that's not what Aja looked like in her prime 30 fucking years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the Aja Kong that murdered that chick on WWE TV and convinced Vince that women's wrestling was bad.
Other than that, let's see. Bandai's rip-off games tend to have an alright character creator from what I remember.
I can think of Neo 2 having a character creator, which to my understanding it was very good.
Neo
or the
2,
others they had.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. Bandai's rip-off games. God Eater and the other one, the one the one that's not Souls. You know, anime
one,
Souls.
Neo or the other one that's not Souls?
No, the anime Souls.
Oh, Jesus God, There's
2 of those, I know. Both of them are Bandai.
Yeah.
To make things easier, you know. But whatever.
Yeah, that's fuck. Oh boy, everyone was playing it for a minute there, then now
Yes,
nobody talks about it.
It's the one with the gas masks. Everyone's wearing gas masks.
Yeah, that was part of my issue with the aesthetic. Oh boy.
Whatever.
Excellent fucking question.
I was gonna call it Astral Chain, but that's another game. That might also be Bandai. I forget.
No, that is Platinum. That is
All right, yeah.
In my mind, there was just a string of games between Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta 3 that Platinum made, and the only one that that I've even played really is Transformers. The others all kind of blur together a little bit.
Well, whatever. The point I was trying to make is that for an any anime game character creator, they are fairly well involved. There are some bits where I feel like they don't really hit the same like complexity where that more realistic looking games character creators do. But at the same time, it's like, all right, choose the glint in your eye, choose how we draw that shit, and like why.
I'm just going to go ahead and say this, and this may make some people upset, but a lot of the anime and manga art styles, they tend to just draw all the dudes the same way and have different hair or outfits to identify them. So if you have an anime character creation system where you can identifiably make them look different, that's quite cool. Especially if you can make it where they have very, can even look like different anime or manga styles, you know?
Yeah, I don't think either of those goes that into detail, because I feel like that would be more money and or effort. I don't know which one, but
there's a certain degree where if a berserk dude shows up who is extra detailed and has loads of shading, and he shows up in Naruto world where everyone's rather smooth and round faced, you know, he'd look like more than a little bit of a freak.
see, this just makes me want an animation of Guts going to Hello Kitty.
Just like what? Okay, what is it? What is those stupid games where people make jokes about them being like fucking horrible mutant inbred anime girls? Is that Clanad?
I don't know. The
ones where like it's so bad that their eyeballs are above their hairline.
I guess I'll look up Planet because I don't know.
Because I want to say it's the one I've seen Goku play. I think that Goku plays Planet.
Not our friend Goku.
Not to throw him under the bus,
actual Son Goku. He streamed
yes,
it.
Our friend Son Goku. In between shooting lasers at aliens, he plays games with us.
I mean character design. It's not even bad. Like,
yeah,
it's not. That's the thing. It's stylized. It's not even necessarily bad. It's just also like the like this is oh fucking hell, I'm forgetting the term for it. So there's shonen and seinen for boys. What the fuck is the one for girls?
But what I was going to say is, like, throw a JoJo person in there, in that world.
So,
right?
Yeah, like this is very much the like aimed at the girls and or women demographic, like art style. I think I posted a picture of Planet.
Do I have to see it?
Yes.
Fine.
If you don't, you will miss out on.
My God, yes, that's the one. The mutants, the fucked up mutants.
You know who you can blame for this?
That woman's eyes are half of her face.
You know who's to blame for this?
Eisenhower.
Donald Duck.
Hitler.
Close. He did serve. Donald Duck did serve Hitler at one point, didn't he?
I don't think that was the point of that cartoon. No,
Not quite.
I want to say the cartoon is just Donald Duck beats up Nazis, but it's censored now simply because the Nazis actually have swastikas in the life. It's one of those things where, like, we censor old movies about racism, even though they're against racism, but just because they showed a dude being racist and then getting his ass beat, right? People saying, like, you shouldn't be able to say the N-word in a movie about slavery. Like, oh, because it's so much nicer to depict slavery if they're not being called the N-word.
Yeah,
they're only being
the real problem.
Fucking whipped and held against their lives.
That's the
Jesus
real problem.
Christ. It's fine as long as they don't say the N-word.
Yeah.
What is that supposed to imply, sir?
I don't know. All right, so
I'm not asking you. I'm asking the people.
I know. So, I see your clan and I raise you, Kilari. I don't think this ever got a game, but the art style reminded me.
Oh boy, let's see. Oh, good lord. Like, the guy in the top left at least could, like, pass for a mildly fucked up Yu-Gi-Oh dude. But that...
So the brunette in the middle is the main character.
Well...
A what?
Brown-haired girl in the middle.
I don't think that's human.
So yeah...
okay.
Yeah.
I think I told you guys at some point about the evil, horrible frogs in Dark Souls that everybody hates called the basilisks, right? With the enormous eyeballs.
Yeah.
And I told you that the eyeballs are actually fake and that its real eyes are actually relatively normal sized and kind of camouflaged in. The massive eyes are actually gas bags containing petrification gas that it spits at you. These things are that. Those are not real eyes. Those are decoy eyes that are containing some kind of toxic gas.
See if half of this show wasn't her crying, I would believe you. But at most I can believe that that's poison.
They're acid tears.
Yeah. But yeah,
she'll pin some guy down and cry over him and melt his fucking face off down to the skull. It's gonna be a Mortal Kombat fatality. But
yeah, so the way I know about this is the anime channel that we used to have over here in Hungary. It shared the same channel thing, the broadcast frequency, I guess, as the little kiddie show one, and then it would flip over at 8 p.m. And when they flipped over, they would.
I would hope it doesn't switch over to the kids anime at 8 p.m. That'd be a little bit strange.
That's the thing. So it wasn't the other stuff wasn't anime. It wasn't Japanese anime. It was Western anime. it was local and other stuff. You know, it was toddler cartoons. Then at 8 p.m. it would switch channels basically to being the anime focused one, and to make the switch, you know, easier on people. I guess they would first show this toddler anime that I still remember. Then they would show this show. And then after this show aired, for like 2 episodes I think, is when they actually started showing the stuff that I wanted to watch. So I know a lot about the toddler show and this show. Just because like literally every show that I watched was broadcast after this. Depending on the day, it was either Naruto, Bleach, Inuyasha, Case Closed, or I forget what. But whatever, you get Digimon. That was the other one. Digimon Frontier is the best one. Oh boy.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. But yes, I've seen a lot of this and like fucking Kaleidoscope Star because of that. And boy, like I will never forget this show just because like I hated it so much. Like it you know, there were like anime they showed on that channel that was aimed at girls, and I watched it and I went, hey, that's not trash. That actually works. Like fucking Lovely Complex is a really good show, and it's a romantic comedy. But like Killary and Kaleidoscope Star are not great.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's just called Kaleido Star, apparently. They just changed the name slightly in Hungarian, I guess. Whatever. So where were we? Character creators, good. Yes. Pink, do you have any? Well, I think about it.
We're talking about deformities in character creation, and naturally that led us to anime, as is the only proper course one could take. What was the question?
The other good character creators, I think.
Other outside the WWE games, let's see, what have I played? Shout out to Fallout, who's got to have one of the worst character creators ever.
Oh, it's so fucking bad.
Which?
Like Fallout.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 is workable, but Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and the Dark Souls games, all are. Elden Ring finally introduced a decent fucking character creator for the Souls games. But Dark Souls, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas are all character creators where it feels like you're working with some kind of like ancient alien scientific code that you are trying to figure out. Like
which way the human shaped leather monster do you want to be?
Like you go in there and you see like a slider labeled Smile Passions, and you're like, what does this do? And you slide it up and down, and it just makes your character's cheeks either red or purple.
This now makes me want a character creator.
Which, like, Souls, I can go like, okay, well, Souls, maybe it's just badly translated and stretches. What the fuck happened with Fallout 3 and New Vegas' character creator?
They originally wrote it in French. But
Todd Howard translated it from English to French, then back.
Yeah.
No, he did that. He put it through Google Translate 5 times.
Yeah. This makes me want a video game character creator where you're going to polymorphing, and one of the options is just the D'Angelo area.
Yeah.
You figure out what that means by messing it up.
Pretty well. Yeah, like that. Like, there's a reason that Dark Souls, nobody in the actual Dark Souls games ever made any noteworthy characters. Everybody just made freaks. Because if you pressed any of the goddamn buttons, you made a freak. And Fallout is confounding, because, like, Fallout, you can go run around and you can see where the devs themselves made some pretty good-looking characters using that character creation system. You know, Rose of Sharon Cassidy looks great. Boone looks fine. But, like, also, shout out to the fact that for some reason, no matter what in Fallout 3 and New Vegas, every male character just has the most pronounced, like, jowls.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how much you change your character in the character creation system, male characters always have pronounced jowls, and it's so bizarre. Why is that the one thing that every man in Fallout looks like? Why is it not a thing for chicks? Is that... Why? Like, when you play Fallout New Vegas on PC, you feel obligated to go and download a character creation system overhaul mod just so that all the dudes don't have the same looking mouths and cheek structures. But then the issue is you get into the fucking clean face of Skyrim shit, and it's like, well, hang on. No, I want to make the characters look different. I don't want to yassify Fallout New Vegas. But that's what most of the character creation systems on the fucking mods are. It's just yassifying everything. It's absurd.
I don't know what you're talking about. I want all of my party members to be bishy.
Dude, like, yeah, actually cut to like Arcade Gannon looking like a member of One Direction with even more makeup and like more glamorous hair.
see, like that is something that I would.
You do not want to see what like Atlantis has under that mask.
See, like this is one of those things where, like, just for a general like game overhaul mod, I would think it's bad. But if they somehow figure out a way to make it so there's like five stages to this, and every time I look at the character, it just gets worse. I love it. Like, just
Well, yeah. Eventually, you turn the Fallout characters into the Clanad mutants.
but no, I thought the opposite way. Like, eventually, all of the Fallout characters are sexy Squidward.
Okay, let's split the difference. The men are sexy Squidward. The women are the Clanad mutants.
Yeah.
You look down the binoculars. We're about to be attacked by an army made up entirely of women. How can you tell? I can see their eyes from here. That's why the Legion don't allow women into their army.
They fear Donald Duck. Like, that's... Like, I will keep saying it because it's so fucking funny to me that the reason anime has the big eyes is because either Donald or Scrooge. Either which way.
It's the thing I love that here in America, like, the icon of Disney is Mickey Mouse. They double down on Mickey. Mickey everywhere. Mickey all over the goddamn shop. Arguably, I would say that generally the Goofy cartoons were much more well-liked here in the States. But Mickey's the icon. But whenever you look outside of the U.S., like, it's idolization of Donald Duck and Scrooge. And it's so strange.
Yeah, that you know, I can attest to this. I had a Donald Duck comic book growing up. And I do definitely, and I do genuinely prefer Donald. So
I've always heard that over in Europe, when you think comics, it's not, superheroes, it's Asterix or Donald Duck or Scrooge.
Yep, not even Scrooge. Scrooge, as far as I know, Scrooge got his big break with DuckTales, but at least over here in Hungary, if you think comics, it's Asterix and Obelix, Donald Duck, and Tintin.
I was about to say Tintin, yeah.
Maybe if you're really into like comics, then maybe Diabolic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like I'm not sure. Yeah.
Did Popeye have a popular comic line somewhere at some point?
Isn't he being turned into a JoJo as we speak?
I mean, yes, there's a lot of sometimes memes, sometimes serious discussion about Popeye being the first superhero and being the first shonen hero, yada yada. I mean, honestly, when you see some of the old cartoons, even though it's comedic, Popeye does stuff that would totally be a move in an anime or a comic.
Yeah.
So, like, are there not some Popeye animations where, like, he pretty well, like, steals a page from Superboy Prime's book, or rather, Superboy Prime steals a page from his book, and he just punches reality until reality decides to agree with him?
Yes, I think so.
Like,
it's spinach.
Yeah. I guess that's always the what is Popeye's power level?
Just reshoot the fucking Shadow the Hedgehog intro, but it's Popeye standing over Goku and Superman.
They can't touch him if he just punches reality and erases both of them.
Yeah, exactly. That reminds me of someone doing this post on Twitter of them.
Dude, Goku would love Popeye.
Yes. But someone made this like picture of like this story of them like getting better after cancer and shit, and then they walk out of the room and it's dark and it's night, it's dark, and then suddenly the room lights up. It's Goku. I heard you're strong.
Yeah, I heard you beat cancer.
Yeah,
Cancer's pretty strong.
I mean, it would have been Goku if Trunks didn't give him the time medicine. So yeah.
I mean, in fairness, Goku's not just like a maniac who challenges everyone to a fight or will fight you regardless of your consent. Boo's right there, and Goku clearly decided some time ago to just leave Boo alone.
Yeah.
Also, Beerus beat Goku that one time, and Goku's like, yeah, I'm good for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Well, what's the old... I ain't posting that shit. I got my ass beat.
Yeah.
All right. So, I believe that's about as much as we got to hit. We got some stuff to test now that we got that all wrapped it up.
Yep. All right. Bye.
Later, folks.